And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in the Achievement Hunter series. All right, well, here is the simplified, nice little system for recharging and using as little steam power as possible. So essentially, the signal A goes over to the inserter. The inserter then drops or moves the copper plate when the power drips or the accumulator charge dips below 20%. That loops around to this gated belt. The gated belt says enable if A is greater than 99. So essentially 100%. So when they're fully charged, it'll allow it through. Now the switch itself is then gated on the copper plate inside the chest. So when it's out here, this will be switched over. When it's in the chest, it will be disconnected. So this ensures that the accumulators are going to drop, they're kind of going to bounce back and forth between 20% and 100%. And so as I add solar power, we're able to make more and more power during the day. And so the accumulators actually get charged during the day now because I got over 1,000 solar panels. So now that we've got some power, I think it's time to start using that power and start a nice little system for iron, because we can smelt it up here and then move it right down into the factory just fine. So I started this up here, and I just need a roll port to extend my construction range here. So right there. So I need to get closer to it. I'm so used to the long reach mod. Very. I've been babied with that thing. Okay, so that should finish off the rails. And how I have this going is going up. So the trains will load in coming up and unload and then continue on to wherever they need to go. So the train stop can go up, like right up here. And let's put a signal here, here. Oh, I gotta be close enough, because we want all this to be one continuous block. That's already done, so we're good on that. But now all this interior area is one continuous block. I need to get rid of that. Good times. And we can come down here now that our bots are helping us out. I need to do the same sort of block that we have coming down. So this, and then a couple on either side of here. All right, so that's the master iron unloader, and we can have some pretty big trains coming in for iron if we really want. But the smelting system, of course, is going to be somewhere. We got to do an unload. So if we do like a double-sided unload, and we do the trick of going in and under. Oh, I need to really make sure I get the most bang there. Oh, and of course, I need blue. Really make that work, I need blue, but I need to shorten it up, because I want a splitter there. So there is a belt now capable of loading quite a lot of material all at once. So this basic setup just repeated, for the next two. I think 4 is probably going to be our limit, so we don't need too much more. And then it's just a matter of, let me craft one stack inserter because I know I crafted them. I've got stack inserters. I just need to shift click them so the bots will build them. Okay. Or
I can get it started.
Ocelot can get it started. So we're gonna want. No, I know I held shift when I placed that. So this is capable of unloading a tremendous amount of material. So we can, if we want, have separate offloaders. We can have 4 different stacks of production coming out of this. So let me look at my large production blueprint. Okay, not that one. That's got blue belt in it, and that's unfortunate. Okay, so if we want, let's pretend for a moment that we're going to have a few of these. So I would like, let's see, one up here. And we got a bunch of power poles in the way.
I'll reroute them.
Didn't really, yeah, okay, that worked.
There you go.
Okay, let's get that stack back up. Now, of course, you don't have any blue belt to work with. And that radar is really not ideal right there. So I'm going to take this. I'll find a new spot for that in a second. But until we get blue belt, we're gonna have to make do with red, unfortunately. And I can place the belt, and the bots should be able to deliver a bunch more stuff, which will help get me close to that achievement of having stuff being delivered. Of course, it also hurts the bot placement. Okay, so in this setup, the ore goes on the outside, and the finished product goes on the inside. That is a lot of belt. Oh, I need a radar. I need to put my radar back up here. Ooh, it'll actually fit right there. Okay, so red. Almost be worth getting blue belts just for the undergrounds in here. All right, I'm up to 4,000. I better not place any more belt though, because now I'm up to 36,000. So I've placed another 1,000 things. So I'm gonna hold off on that. Okay, we're gonna do this like this, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna use shift and I'm gonna click, and that hopefully will count towards my bot placement. Whoa, what happened to the belts over here? Ah, I see what you did. There we go. There we go. Now, for power, should have a few substations I can shift click. I know I automated them, and I know they're in the system, so one there, one there. Go around the other side. Let's make it at least semi-symmetrical here. Right there. So that should power all of those stack inserters, so then be able to feed the whole thing over here. So this is going to be iron smelt. Let's set it up to be like a medium gray. Just like that. How are our bots doing? Oh, bots are doing good. What are we short on? Ah, blues. Okay. Obviously, don't really have blues, so he's, yeah, redoing this for reds. So we need red there, red there, red there. Okay, let me look at my construction range. Yeah, that's why those aren't building. So let's poke those out a little bit. And we're going to want that. It's getting power. So let's extend that out here. Oh, look at that. We are almost perfectly matched up with, oh, beautiful. I love when I can fit it without getting some clean lines and stuff in there. That's nice. So yeah, undergrounds. I'm gonna cancel these. And I know a lot of players like never go to blues. You know, they stay on reds because reds, you know, fast enough for most things. Big smelting stacks like this are really hard to max out with reds because, I mean, there's 60 smelters on each one of those lines. That's a lot of ore that needs to be moved pretty fast. So the ore delivery at least should be upgraded to blues. But this will allow for quite a substantial amount of iron. I know he's got some iron somewhere getting loaded onto something. Can't really know where it is though. Where was that iron loading setup?
Just to the east of the belt, or the boss. Let's see, southeast of the labs.
The labs are not there. They're right there. Oh, there it is. A little bit of ore. This is only 2 cars, which is fine, because this thing coming here a couple times will completely drain. I mean, there's only 48,000 in there, so that'll completely drain that out. No problem. We got speed modules on this little setup to try to drain it faster. But otherwise, look at that. We have a setup. And I just need some undergrounds here. Oh, it's not going to do it automatically. Oh, that's a shame. So many undergrounds. Oh Lord, that's a lot of underground belt. So I'm going to cancel these. So my game stops beeping at me. I mean, you could maximize this if you shuffled your inserters around a little bit, but that would be just a nightmare, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, the undergrounds are done, and the system is pretty much ready. Oh, we even have some delivery over here. Look at that! Because I want to try to go for, there's the the uber production here of iron. There it is. So this one right here is another one that I want to get. Produce 400,000 iron plates per hour. So this system here should help with that. Let's see if we can't route this using shift again to merge it. I'm going to try to merge it right in here. Because I wanted to skirt along the outside of that. Oh, the copper finally ran out. Look at that. Copper is gone. Nice. Okay, let's get this one back in. Now, let's check our construction range here and see. The best way to do that is get the blueprint. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a gap here. We can extend this line out here. And this is, I'm just going to shift click this one. And that way the bots will deliver it. And gives them something to do. So yeah, now we've got electric furnaces, which are gonna absorb a lot of power. I'm gonna do a deconstruction on this. See if that.
I'll pick up the smelters because they got a bunch of coal in them.
I'm waiting for this thing to finish. I think that will. Yep, that'll cover almost all of it. Darn. There's a little thread right in between. It's not going to get covered. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let them take what they can, though. And I'll build another one of these. There we go. Now we should be able to squeak this in right in there. Okay. I'm not sure if deconstruction is part of this because this is technically like build, but deconstructing is like building, right? It's just in reverse. That's a thing, right? Okay, how much iron is left in this? 13,000 iron left in this little patch over here. It's going fast. It's going really fast, actually. And then this whole system can also be broken down. Usually when I get this close, I cut the coal supply off. Because, I mean, this is close to being done, so we don't need all of that coal at all. And any excess amount of iron up here, once that coal is out, I think that coal will be plenty sufficient to clear all these out. Let's speed these up, make sure they're maximum warp here. All right, we now can max that belt out. We can actually max both of those belts out if we really, really wanted to. I think I really want to. So once we're able to deconstruct this setup, I'm going to build this all the way up to the top again. And then this is going to go that way. And I'm going to cut these down. So these are going to come across from this one. So that's my stop. And there we go. Now we have 2 belts of iron that can come down here. And as soon as this is tapped out, It looks like the coal is already gone from underneath here, so we can take this out. How much is left? 11. So we, in just a couple minutes, we went through 2,000 ore over here. That's crazy. Oh, this drill is out. This drill is out. All right. Yeah, those speed modules really help clear this out. Oh, let's get even a little bit more out of it. So I've got a little iron ore on me. Let's get rid of that. Whoa, look at all the bots. I'm not sure if trees actually grow back once they're dead and the pollution dissipates. I wonder if they do. If they do, it probably takes a while, I'm guessing. Now we need to find another iron deposit to tap. Preferably a big one. Just because we have 4 cargo wagons to fill. I think this one down here might do it, although it's not the biggest in the world. We've got this one here. I'm using that for my big concrete setup. I maximized concrete here. We've actually got 2 right in here, so that might be perfect. We could get this one, which is 1 million, and this one's got a little over 1 million. Leave these for concrete, and then the rest of that can go up to get smelted and processed. Looks like you've got in your iron setup. Oh no, that's Diego's iron setup for steel. Might be able. There's quite a lot of iron down here. And we got 3 million in this little area right here. So you see where Diego's rocket fuel setup is, Os?
Yeah.
There's a big patch of iron, 1 million iron over there. And there's enough room to add a little bit of a loop and a train, 2-car train to load iron. You want to tackle that with me?
Sure thing. Let me set up a train to haul that crude oil from the south. I never finished that.
All right. How are we doing on crude up here, by the way? We're actually doing pretty good. These are a lot lower than they were. Oh, actually, it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Oh, there's my car. I was wondering where I put my car. All right, but that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.